I had 3 months to do this. Why am I like this? I hope we get an extension. Like that's happening. No worries, champ. Despite how it seemed, you finished that project. It was a pretty rough day though, because the deadline was at midnight and you had to write a 15,000 word MLA format essay about some book you didn't read. You probably feel tired and dead inside. And what's your reward at the end of the day? You might be thinking back to a much simpler time when life wasn't so hard, and you weren't so depressed, and your biggest issue in life was trying not to get your cart flipped to blue. And then you start making false promises to yourself. I am not procrastinating anymore. Next time, I'm gonna start my work early. So anyway, you started procrastinating again. Procrastination is both a blessing and a curse. Procrastination is this: you have something to do, and you don't do it. It's that simple. Sort of. I guess the main reasons for why most of us procrastinate are the deadline, and whether or not we give a shit. And sometimes the latter can be tricky. Take students for example. We both care and don't care about what classes we take because most of us think that they're pointless and won't amount to anything significant in our life, and we're not exactly wrong about that. But whether or not we do believe that, most of us care about our grade. And if we fail, not only will we have to redo shit, but if you have parents like I do, that won't be a fun conversation to have. And that fear of failure encourages us to start working again. Unfortunately, there's this little thought in our heads that tells us, hey, I don't want to do this. So while you argue in your head about when to start on the project, the deadline's getting closer, and you might start feeling somewhat annoyed with yourself, and then when the deadline arrives, there's probably only one thought resonating in your head. Oh shit. And there are other reasons why we procrastinate. Sometimes we don't know what we're doing, or we're sick, or tired. People have poor time management skills. One of my friends told me that they procrastinate because they know that they can do all their work last minute and still pass. And when they told me this, I just thought, wow, you're so freaking smart, dude. He made sense. If you can slack off and still pass or finish something, it's a win-win. Anyway, everyone's a procrastinator. Even if you manage your time well, you're still a procrastinator, you just procrastinate less than other people. No one ever just has one task, so we end up having to push some assignments to the side so we can do things we find easier or more important. And if you're thinking, well, what about the multitaskers? What about them? They don't exist. You can't efficiently multitask, it's impossible. There's research backing that up. So no matter who you are, you're always procrastinating. Procrastination is just a way of life. Now, if you're one of those people who does 5 big assignments at the deadline and have 20 things past due, you have a problem, and you should fix that. But it's hard to give advice on how to fix procrastinative habits because it kind of just boils down to do better. That's not great advice. But hey, what do you want from me? We've all heard the same stuff. Manage your time, make a schedule, and if you're capable of doing that, go for it. But I won't do these things. I hate schedules. When it comes to school schedules, I don't know why, but lately schedules have just made me more anxious than they have to. I can't seem to remember my class times anymore. When it comes to my classes now, I'm always like, does it start at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m.? What's today? When do I have this class? It started 15 minutes ago? Shit!
And then it just so happens that my classes are pre-recorded.
And when it comes to me making my own schedules for things like animating or coding, I'm only gonna follow that for so long. As previously mentioned, time management is not my strong suit. I'm that guy who tells himself he can read 100 pages in an hour, only to be disappointed because not only can I not read 2 pages a minute, I also constantly look at the time and reread pages because I either A, lost track of where I am, or B, I have no idea what I'm reading right now and now I gotta go back because clearly I missed something. But back to my point, schedules. I hate them. My replacement for them is just to send alarms throughout the day so that I can be like, alright, time to get my shit together. And then most of the time I just end up ignoring them anyways. But besides that, I'm never really super strict on timing myself for things. Unless it's schoolwork, and even then. And when it comes to self-assigned projects, I'll try to be more productive and manage my time better, but bruh, between college and my already rough procrastinative habits, it's gonna be rough. To give you an example as to why, let me give you something to think about for a moment. This video was supposed to be out in October. And yeah. Moving on. I like procrastinating. It provides me with a great sense of self-control and that I can do what I want, when I want. It feels great. Could you imagine a world where procrastination didn't exist? I'd imagine we'd all be depressed. Well, more depressed than usual. Because no procrastination means no breaks. And if I was a student who lived in a world without breaks, I would definitely just... And then there's the internet, one of a procrastinator's favorite toys. You might spend hours on social media like Instagram or TikTok. Personally, I'm more of a YouTube guy. It's actually incredible how quickly I can go from, I'm gonna be so productive, to a lazy piece of shit because someone uploaded an Among Us video 13 minutes ago and I have to watch it. Who cares about any assignments because there's someone among us? Procrastination is basically a drug too when you think about it. I'm sure people who smoke know that they're destroying their lungs or that it's not good for them. They just don't care because of how good it feels or it relieves them of stress. The same goes for procrastinators. We'll still watch TV, play games, or hang out with our friends, if we have those, instead of starting on our project despite knowing that if we don't start on that shit soon, we're fucked. And sometimes procrastinators will have this mindset of, I'd rather be doing anything else with my time and I could probably become a millionaire if I didn't waste my time doing whatever bullshit my teacher assigned me. Procrastinating is normal, so there's no point in beating yourself up over it, unless you do nothing. I want to improve on my procrastinative habits, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. But I'm sure I'll get to it eventually. This whole video is more like a justification for procrastinators. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you're wondering about the different art styles, while animating this, my new stylus and drawing tablet came in, so now I can actually animate better. At least I hope it looks better. And yeah, also I didn't feel like redoing something that I thought was already good, so I just kept what I had in. And also I'm going to try to avoid making future videos surrounding a 15-letter word again, because pronouncing procrastination 20 times annoyed me very quick. Anyway, the video's done, and now I can procrastinate on other things. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Again, thanks for watching. Alright, later.